morning. We got some rain. Went out of town on a last-minute impromptu camping trip because of the rain. Got all my weed out that is I was planning to cut. The stuff that was hailed out, I don't know what I'm gonna do on it yet. But got all my strip tilling done. Got a rain on it, and yesterday I forgot my camera. I was going to show you some things, but got the planter out of the barn. I bought some new seed firmers that run along the top of the seed in the trench. They kind of firm the seed into the trench. These new ones are supposed to not stick. The mud, the dirt's not supposed to stick to them as bad. That was a project, and I was hoping to show you, and I just forgot my camera, so that's on me. But today, I'm going to try to plant some cotton. I'm going to town. I'm going to the gin to pick up some cottonseed. It's better to let them store it there than have them in my barn in case, mice and water, anything that could happen in there. So going to pick that up. Got a few last minute things to do on the planter. Got to grease a couple things on the planter and a couple settings on the tractor. Probably won't load the planter yet because we got to drive it over, and those wings have to be pretty high, and afraid that some seed could fall out of the sides of those boxes. So probably load at the field, but yeah, got 100 acres. It's ready. I don't know if the rest of it's ready after that, but it'll be quick. It's hot, 100 plus degrees today, and yesterday was, it was miserable, humid, not good. But it's drying things out. So we're going to start today. I just got loaded. It was a little bit crazy. A guy's car was in the way of my pallets that I needed, and he was gone to the doctor, and we couldn't find his keys. And so the other guy that's would help, he didn't know either, but he's directing all this traffic they're taking out a bunch of grain. I bet there was 20 trucks waiting in line to load out, hauling grain out of here. And so the guy that doesn't normally do that works at the front desk, came to load me, and we just can't do anything when you can't get to the pallets. So luckily they found the keys and got the car moved, got me loaded. So took a little longer than expected, but I am loaded with seed. Should be good, right? I didn't strap it down last year, so I think I'm good not to strap it down again this year. At least that's what I'm counting on. So, all right, I'm going to the barn now. Well, actually, I got to go to get some gas. Then I got to go to the John Deere house and pick up a couple parts, and then I'll be at the barn, and then I'm going to get the planter ready. I'm back to the barn. I made it. Lost a little bit of my plastic, but it's all good. Didn't lose any bags, which would have been a shame because it's just a $345 bag. No big deal. It was $325 last year, $300 last year, the year before that. Inflation, I guess, or just price gouging. Blame who you want, but things are getting more expensive everywhere. So one thing I'm going to do now, I've got these pack out boxes that are nice, but I don't use them for anything right now. So I think I'm going to put my planter parts in here. The discs don't fit very good, so I'm not sure if I'll do that or not, but I'm at least going to put some of this in here. Alright, that should work for now. Got 2 discs in there. Those 2 just didn't allow my little toolbox organizer to fit, so get this loaded in the truck. I'll have my spare parts. Got my talc. See the white thing sticking up? That's the talc. It lubricates the seed. So now all I got left is the planter. Things I got to do here. I'm going to activate the spring pressure these units. I think I'm gonna need 2 hands to do. This is our downforce. There's a spring. See these springs? They put pressure here on these parallel arms, and that's what's keeping our planter in the ground. These are row cleaners. I'll have to grease those. We adjust that with this little screw. So the more dirt you got to move, so it's just kind of this dance between moving dirt and making sure you keep these parallel arms slightly tipped back. That's what we like to do. This would be obviously too much, but we like to be this slightly lower than the front, so we control that with how much dirt we move, and then how much we take out of these gauge wheels, which you can't see, but the gauge wheels on the ends and the ones in the middle that actually drive it, those help. That can help us lower the whole toolbar down, which if we lower the whole toolbar down and we're moving too much dirt, then we might be digging in too much, so we have to raise the plow. Anyways, it's just a thing we got to do. It's part of setting the planter. I'll show you more of that later, but I'm going to change the spring pressure. I'm going to get the tractor moved. I'm probably going to do that first, get the tractor moved over there so it's easier to work on. There's 3 settings here. There's 1, 2, and 3. That's the most down pressure. I normally run it at 2. I'm thinking where we're going at Old Glory, we're going to need that. We have moved it back to 1 on a really wet year, which this may qualify. So this is what I did yesterday that I didn't film. I put these new seat firmers in. So this will run right inside the trench and push the seat down. It's just I don't know, it's not constant pressure. I mean, it's constant pressure, but it's just from this mechanism here. And so I had to, you can see there, what I had to do for each unit, I had to take off these gauge wheels, then I had to take off the discs on both sides, and then the old bracket that held the old ones that were white had to come off, and then all that. I mean, it's just a lot of steps, but this material is not supposed to stick to mud. I'm afraid we're going to find some mud this year, so hopefully those work good. We got it plumb. We can put liquid out with it. We're set up for that. We don't really do starter fertilizer, or haven't. This was for when Dad was planting sesame. We put a little bit of water down just to help that small seed germ. But I don't know. Could do starter fertilizer at some point, but not right now. Not today. Let these wings out just one more link, hopefully, maybe from the other side. I'll let those wings droop just a little bit more on ground that's kind of terraced. Not that the ground I'm going to is any terraces. It's real flat. But the other side still. Next, move our depth stops. Moves this little thing. I think they call that like an eyebrow or something. Something they call it. And so this arm of this wheel will hit against this piece like that, but on both sides, and you won't get grease on your arm like that. Come on, man. What the heck? That's why we can't have nice things. So anyways, both sides will hit on that piece, which is controlled by this piece, and that will set our planting depth. So, and I have some Sharpie to know where I want those. Oh, I messed one up. See that? When I put this back on, I didn't. That's wrong. I'll have to fix that. Sure glad I greased all these, so now I can get grease all over my hands. Maybe not. Stop being negative. I can loosen it just enough to clear it. Like that. Now I'm in business. That works. That's what we want. Okay, I've got this thing here that I just filled up with brake fluid. I hadn't used this yet. I bought it a while back. And a lot cheaper than buying brake cleaner how we buy it in aerosols. So we're gonna try this. It says you can put 80 to 200 pounds of pressure in here. Question is, I don't want to make a bomb. There's 70. Let's try 100. Maybe 95. So in theory, we should be able to pull this button and it will come out like that. Sweet. I don't know if that tips what I want. So I need to clean off an area. I'll show you. Maybe this will work. This here. This is it's mechanical drive. This pivot, and so I'm just going to clean off some of that junk. I think I need to lower this wing so it's in line. I can clean it better. Much better. Just got some of that junk out of there. Let that slide. Nice and easy. Now grease top and bottom. Do the other side. Well, here's the plan. It's lunchtime. I packed a lunch. Stay ready, keep them having to get ready, you know? And so I'm gonna go ahead and take, excuse me, I'm pulling a trailer with lots of dollars of seed. Okay, I'm gonna go take the trailer and drop it off at the field, and that'll also give me a chance to look at the field. I think it's gonna be dry, but that would be able to make sure. So I'll drop it off, and I'll probably come back and eat my lunch at some point along the trip, and then I'm going to come back and get the tractor and get over there, and I can go ahead and start getting it loaded. Did I say why? We don't normally load, don't like to travel with a full load, especially going over there, because there's lots of obstacles. Power line wires going across the road, trees, power lines close to one side. We have to go a different way that we normally go. That's got this real tall hill that's a blind hill that hope that you don't see a person coming across when you're in a tractor. So just do it empty, and then when we get there we'll fill up. Also, with those wings being real high, the lids, they just snap on the front and the back, and so the seed can kind of leak out the side of those boxes, and that we don't want that, because you do the math. I could do it, but I'm not going to do it right now. 180,000 seeds in a bag, $345 per bag. That's just quick math. Just each seed is valuable. Well, it's dry over there, and I don't think it's hard yet, which is the fear of that farm over there, that it gets sun-baked and you can't get the planter in the ground. But everything looks good. There's some other guys planting around, which doesn't mean anything, but they are, and it looks like the planter's going in the ground for them, best I can tell. So we're gonna farm today. Well, this implement, I better say, it's not a plow, it's a planter, is 40 feet, and the strip till is 32 feet. Dad added on the extra 4 feet on either side, and so this implement is really tall and wide compared to our other stuff. So I've got to watch for wires. There's already been one. There'll be another coming up that I would love to be able to show you, but I can't because I don't want to catch a power line wire. But also, I stick out really far, and not just the top of the toolbar, but the bottom of the planter sticks out wide. So trees, and I'm trying to avoid the telephone poles, but then between the poles the wire swoops down and gets closer to my planter. So not good. So that's what I'm dealing with here. And there's a car coming by me. Gotta go. I made it, but I have to come in down over there because of the trees along this side, and there's my seed on the trailer. I'm driving in this through right next to where I'll be planting, and here's the wheat. This was going to be really good wheat, especially for over here, and this is some of the better looking parts of it. Somewhere I drove by earlier, it was just, it never greened back out. There's not a head anywhere, but some of these heads were never just survived, and then some tried to come back out, but it just ran out of juice. It's not bad over there, but I hadn't seen it in a while, and it doesn't look as good as I was thinking. Like, oh, maybe we'll cut some of this, but I don't know. Especially the market's going down now, and so that gap between the insurance price and the harvest price is getting bigger and bigger. So it's just a stinker of a deal, because this would be nice to make a good crop on this field. Well, I'm planting cotton, and I've been doing it for a little bit. Yeah, my glass is dirty, don't judge. It's going well. Just not getting the camera because I've been riding with Dad, and we've been just kind of tinkering, getting things figured out. Picking up more pig bones. I picked up how many? 10 before, and I missed. Some of those aren't all skulls. That's probably 3 or 4 skulls I missed. I don't know how I missed them before, but anyways, this ground goes from wet, it was probably black yesterday, and maybe some this morning, until like hard as a rock. Can't get the planter in the ground. So it is, we're not planting, we raised up the depth just a little bit. The ground is it's densely packed. Those new seed firmers, I think, are doing what they're supposed to do, but also The soil is densely packed, which not crazy about because the seed's got to push through that. It's not. We're getting. We like to see a little bit of moisture on top of the ground, and we are doing that, but not. It's not. It's drying almost as soon as we get out and check. It's starting to kind of dry, but it's not crusting over, which is good. We don't want to crust. But the problem, it's a little bit. I wouldn't say gooey, but like densely packed. But the problem is, tomorrow you may not be able to get the planter in the ground. It'll be hard as a rock. So better to work it a little wet than dry, because there is no working it dry. So yeah, it's going good. I've done a little over 30 acres. I'll need to fill up at least just one more time to finish. So just drop Dad off. He's going to go hook up to the trailer and bring it down to me. Then we'll go ahead and fill up, and then he'll go, and I'll finish, and then I'll drive to his house. We'll probably plant his house next tomorrow. Hopefully it's dry enough, and we can get on it tomorrow. Traffic jam, game of chicken. I think I'm gonna beat him, but turning around, I'm gonna have to hurry. I beat him. See? Tis the season to have tractors going in the field. I just wanted to come out here and check. It's hard here. I mean, you can just, water kind of stood, and so it's not doing a great job with this mellowing this dirt. It's kind of gummy, but overall the field's not like that everywhere, but it is right here. So I don't know if there's much I can do. I'm just trying to gotta hit the middle on that. I hate how wet that really is right there, but I know the seed's in moisture. I wish I could get a little more kind of crumbly on top, but if I wait till tomorrow, like I said, I don't think I'm getting it in the ground. All of a sudden that becomes sun-baked hard. I won't be able to bust the crust. So I think it's just gonna have to be, is what it is. I thought I might lower the road cleaners a little bit, but I don't know. That's not the problem. I don't really need to bust any more crust open. I just need, I don't know what I need. Just need the cotton to grow. That's what I need. I need the cotton to grow really, really well. So we'll keep going. I got that much left, and I've done that much. How much is that? I don't know, but it's going well. All right, so here's kind of how the planter works. Road cleaners, they clean the road. They're gonna throw just a little bit of this trash out of the way and some of this crust, just moving it out of the way. These disc openers, they touch here at the beginning as they go down, and they open up at the back. So they're opening the trench. In the middle of that, the seed comes down from up here and drops, which I can't show you very good, right between where those, right back in here, where that seed tube is. The seed drops down, and it will fall in somewhere in there, and then this seed firmer kind of firms the seed down into the trench, what it's doing there. These right here firm up the wall here so that we create a good trench like this. This one's pretty good, so that it doesn't cave in and cover the seed with dry dirt. So this is kind of compacting the sides. The disc openers are creating a trench. This is pushing the seed, making sure it sits at the bottom of our trench, just like that. And then these come behind it. These are our closing wheels. Some guys use rubber wheels. They're spikes. We really like these Schlegels here. They do a good job. And then we run this chain just to kind of bust up any clods. So we hopefully are left with a really smooth, mellow seed bed. So that's a planter. Our planter is run on these wheels back here, which turn this hex shaft, which turn this chain, and that chain turns our seed plate inside of there. Seeds are sucked onto the seed plate with this this vacuum. We got to run the vacuum from the center, and so that sucks the seed onto the plate and holds it there until it gets around a certain part in that plate, and the vacuum is released, and there's a brush, and it brushes that off, and it falls down the seed tube. And then I already showed you all the stuff. So there you go, planting cotton. Finishing up on this last through here. It's parallel to that side over there, but not parallel to this fence. So instead of doing like cutoff row that would overlap a ton, we just don't. And so all I gotta watch here is how far or how long can I go until my my row over there is going to get into the fence. So getting close to that point. I'll jump over 8 feet and finish out the rest of it. But I'll get pretty close to the end before I have to jump over, I think. So close. At some point, I wouldn't be able to get my stripper header to harvest that row over there. And also this toolbar hangs out just a little bit further than where the last planter is, so I've got to account for that. So there'll be a little bit of a dead triangle here, which is fine. I'm not stressing. All right. I'll finish here on the wrong end. I'll drive empty to the other end and off to that corner, and then head home, head to my parents' house. My dad's gonna meet me at the at this hill that is blind. Did I tell you about that? I don't want to meet a car or a truck or another tractor, so he's going to meet me there and give me a heads up, make sure that it is clear. All right, let's see if I can do this. A little treacherous. Dad just helped me get across that hill. I can't show you. There's trees in the hill and just a lot going on. But this bridge, coming right up to it, right around this curve, there's a bridge. I actually met a semi on the way over here today. Luckily, from the other direction, this curve is further away, and he was able to stop. But going the way I'm going now, there's a curve right after it, and man, it's terrible. Nothing else can get through if I'm on the bridge, and I'll try to show you here in a second. But there's a bunch of signs on this right side of the road with telling you, hey, keep curving. Appreciate that. And so I can't get over very good if a car is coming. So Dad's up there, and he's going to try to flash at me when he gets around to let me know that I am safe to make it. There's my signal. Can you see the flashing lights? Dad's saying, come on. So I'm going to try to come on. And there's trees, and there's things, and there's signs. I'm doing it. Alright, see these signs coming up on the right side? That's what I gotta watch out for now, and traffic, so gotta go. I made it. There was a car. Dad was in the middle of the road with his flashes on, and they were, so that's why. That would have been not good. But I made it. Now you say, well, I'm just gonna stack full planter or something. Yeah, that would be awesome. And all the dollars would be awesome as well. So this is what we got. And I'm thankful to have it. So accepting donations. You can Venmo or whatever, or send check by mail. If you'd like to donate to the Stackfold Planter Fund, I'd appreciate it. Well, I was gonna quit. We got moved over to my parents' house, and Dad came around with a 4-wheeler, and so I was like, oh, if he's up for setting the planter, then let's do it. That way I can get started in the morning. I don't have to bother him, but it's nice having him back there checking it over while I'm driving, and just makes adjustments that much easier. We're having a little bit of issue. It's plenty wet. These rows over here on the next to the wheat, one row is not strip tilled because it's the single. I told you that. The second pair, it's really soft, and I'm wondering, I think I might have ran the disc alongside of it. I can't remember, but the rest of it, I think we're looking pretty good. It'll be better when we turn around, and we'll get a better look at more kind of consistent all the way across. But lots of moisture, so trying to get the planter up out of the ground. The mounds where I strip tilled here are soft and compressed. The ones over where I just was were hard and were not soft, and so there's the difference. So we raised the planter up some, and we raised the row cleaners up some also. I think we got it about where we want it. Had to move it up a little bit more. I think it's good. Dirt's a lot more mellow here. It's just not as slimy. It was getting into some slime when we were too deep, but now it's doing a lot better. So I'm probably gonna finish this round, and then I don't know, maybe I'll make another round. I don't know, but it's tomorrow's not gonna be as hot. I'll have a full day tomorrow, and I'll get after it, but get home and see the family, and not too late tonight. So thanks for watching. I'm going home. If you're gonna farm it.